federal government and the Academic Staff Union of Universities (ASUU) will resume talks on Friday, according to the Ministry of Labour and Employment. The spokesman of the ministry, Mr. Charles Appan, confirmed last night that the talks with the ASUU leaders will hold at the Ministers' Conference Hall. This is coming as ASUU has said it will not call off its 8-month strike even if the federal government withdraws the Integrated Payroll and Information System (IPPIS) as a means of paying them. The coordinator, ASUU Owerri Zone, Mr. Uzo Oyibinama, stated the union's position on IPPIS in a press briefing held at Nnamdi Azikiwe University, Awka, Anambra State. He said federal government was feeding the public with lies about the strike, stating that the main reason for the strike was the government's inability to keep previous agreements and not about IPPIS as being propagated by the government. He said the union would not call off the strike until all its demands were met by the federal government. For the avoidance of doubt, the issues in contention remain Revitalization Fund for public universities, arrears of earned academic allowances, visitation to universities, proliferation of state universities, and issues of governance in them, and conclusion of the renegotiation of the 2009 FGN-ASUU agreement. The later issue of IPPIS was a new introduction and a diversion, as no university in the world runs such a system. Ministers in Ngige and Nwajuba have on many occasions on various media organizations said the agreement had been reached on virtually all the issues that necessitated the 7-month-old strike. They should please tell Nigerians who are their masters, those agreements that have been reached and implemented. As far as our union is concerned, no agreement has been reached on any of the demands. So instead of constantly running to the press, Ngige and Nwajuba should sit down and painstakingly do the work that they are paid to do. It is on record that the date given by the minister, Ngige, to reach our union with government's improved position has elapsed without any communication. The proposed new timelines for implementation of some proposals, such as the appointment of a new team for renegotiation of 2009 FGN-ASUU agreement, gazetting of visitation panels, among others, have elapsed without any implementation. This shows the insincerity on the part of the government. On IPPIS, our union has been consistent in rejecting the platform as it compromises the autonomy of the university system and a threat to national security, considering that the software is hosted in Washington, the USA, with a sub-platform at Gombe State. Meanwhile, the Benin zone of the union also yesterday expressed doubt over the capability and commitment of Ngige to midwife any peaceful resolution to the issues that led to the ongoing strike in the country's public universities. In a statement issued in Benin City yesterday and signed by the union's zonal coordinator, Prof. Fred Esume, ASUU observed that since the development of UTAS University Transparency and Accountability Solution, which ASUU is recommending as against the Integrated Payroll and Personnel Information System (IPPIS), which the federal government wants them to adopt, the minister has been making remarks characteristic to. In a statement issued in Benin City yesterday and signed by the union's zonal coordinator, Prof. Fred Esume, also observed that since the development of UTAS University Transparency and Accountability Solution, which ASUU is recommending as against the Integrated Payroll and Personnel Information System (IPPIS), which the federal government wants them to adopt, the minister has been making remarks characteristics of a spoiler, Confucianist, and anti-ASUU rather than a conciliator. Esume said that by the provisions of the law, Ngige, as the Minister of Labour and Employment, is saddled with the conciliatory role during industrial disharmony to calm an already tense situation and bring about a peaceful resolution, but he has chosen to be the mouthpiece of other unions that were not part of the 2019 MOA Memorandum of Agreement. He accused the government of introducing IPPIS to divert the public attention to the lack of sincerity and will to faithfully implement agreements reached with ASUU, insisting on the union's rejection of IPPIS, given its violation of the University Autonomy Act and its inadequacy to cater for the peculiarities in the university system. The union accused the government through the Minister of Finance, her Labour and Employment counterpart, as well as the Accountant General of the Federation, of deploying the weapon of hunger to compel and coerce ASUU members to enroll on the IBPIS platform. This move of government smacks of impunity, and it is undemocratic in a democratic setting.